What up, everybody? Raising Kanan Season 2, we were introduced to a character named Cardier for Reed, who Lou was interested in signing an artist Cartier managed named Zisa to Bulletproof Records. Cartier for Reed was said to be at the top of the food chain in the drug game. Rock started dating Cartier, but was really using law number 3 of the 48 Laws of Power: conceal your intentions. Learning all about Cartier and how he did his business, and things like how Cartier cleaned his money through his art gallery, and that he didn't do business in the tri-state area because the margins were too narrow, but he moved his products into places like DC and Baltimore where there was less competition and he could make more money. Then one night Cartier and Rock were out on a date at a fancy restaurant, and Cartier ran into Traymont Stetson from Washington, D.C. The two had a quick back and forth, and Traymont went about his business. But Cartier ended up telling Rock that Traymont runs his distro for Baltimore and DC, and this was a big mistake. Hanging out with other drug dealers and your potential competition is one thing. That does happen. But giving them inside information like who runs your distro and things like that is being overconfident and running your mouth too much. So Rock used this as an opportunity to persuade Cartier to rough Traymont up, convincing him Traymont was getting out of line. After that, Rock waited at Traymont's hotel until he came out and presented him the opportunity to go into business with her instead of Cartier. And even though it didn't work at the time, Rock planted a seed with Traymont. Then Rock found out that Traymont's partner named Abraham had got arrested on a gun charge, and Cartier wasn't planning on doing anything to help. So Rock had her attorney, Andre Barnes, get Abraham out of jail. And at that point, Traymont said he would do business with Rock, but Cartier must be dead first. So that led to Lou and Rock killing Cartier, thinking they were about to expand business into Baltimore and DC. But Rock found out that Traymont and Abraham had undercut her, going straight to Juliana. Because after the first time Rock approached Traymont, him and Abraham started doing research into Rock, and saw her at dinner with Juliana and Joaquin. At that point, they decided to go around Rock and went straight to the source themselves. And it worked at the time because Juliana had no loyalty and had her own personal agenda. And we knew that Traymont and Abraham would come back into play eventually because Rock warned them when they tried paying her off for killing Cartier for them so they could get from under his thumb. She told them, "This isn't over until I finish fucking you like you fucked me." And from the looks of the Season 4 trailer, these characters will be coming back into play in Season 4 because the Season 4 trailer shows Marvin hitting Traymont upside the head and knocking him out, with another clip showing Traymont tied to a chair with Marvin punching him in the face like he's looking for answers. And this is also from the same scene in the Season 4 trailer where it shows Marvin with a revolver playing Russian roulette with somebody. We can tell from the window in the clip with the revolver how it has a bar across it, that it's the same window from the room where Marvin's punching Traymont in the face. A couple details I noticed from when Marvin attacks Traymont in what is most likely Traymont's home. Marvin is wearing an all-white uniform, but wherever Marvin took Traymont and is beating him down, in that scene Marvin has on all black with a leather jacket. But it does look like it's all going on at the same time because Traymont's wearing the same clothes when he's tied up in the chair as he was when Marvin first attacked him, wearing the white outfit. It looks like Marvin tied Traymont up somewhere after he knocked him out, most likely a different room in Traymont's home, then changed his clothes. But the big question is, what happened to cause Marvin to crash out on Traymont like that? Because from the looks of this scene, it seems like a more personal thing than just getting revenge for Traymont and Abraham undercutting them with Joaquin. It's like what Rock and Marvin told the Chinese couple in Season 3 when Unique went missing. They said they know what business looks like, and that's not business. And that's what it looks like is going on with Marvin and Traymont. It looks like more personal than business, because we know Marvin handles business with the quickness, with a bullet to the head. Keep it in mind that Unique's going to be causing chaos behind the scenes and attacking those who the Thomas family are doing business with. Because of that, Rock and Marvin will be looking for answers about who's behind the attacks. And because Rock doesn't get her hands dirty that much, she'll send Marvin to do what he do and look for answers about who's behind the attacks. because besides the trailer showing Marvin attacking Traymont, between all the teasers, there's a couple other scenes with Marvin punching someone in the face on sight. So from the time Unique starts his mission to burn down the Thomas family's operation, which could be as early as episode 1, from that time, Marvin will be on a mission looking for answers about who's behind the attacks. And this could lead him to Traymont, keeping in mind that in season 3, Rock killed Joaquim's cousin, Juliana. And when she did, Joaquim cut Ronnie's water off concerning his supply. And because Juliana was the middleman between Joaquim and Traymont, there's a chance that Joaquim did the same thing to Traymont. Because of that, the Thomas family might be suspicious of Traymont and Abraham if they were the ones behind the attacks. Because the fact they already operated from the shadows before in season 2 when they were tracking Rock to find out who she was supplied by so they could go around her. Not to mention at some point Unique's gonna attack the Thomas family lawyer Andre Barnes. And because Andre Barnes helped Abraham beat that case in season 2, that's all the more reason the Thomas family could look in the direction of Traymont and Abraham of who's behind the attacks. Because I definitely expect the Thomas family to make some crucial mistakes in their hunt to find out who's behind the attacks. Keeping in mind that a similar situation went on season 1 of OG Power with Kanan working from behind bars attacking Ghost and Tommy's operation. This led to Ghost making the big mistake of killing his friend Rolla, and prior to that they had put a hit on Ruiz thinking he was the one behind the attacks. And with the Thomas family thinking Unique is dead, he will be at least 3 moves ahead of them like Kanan once told Tariq. And in that same conversation, Kanan told Tariq the best way to sneak up on your enemies is to make them think they already won. Kanan definitely could have mastered that by watching how Unique operated in the shadows against his family. Then this would explain why Marvin has Traymont tied up to the chair and beating him down like that, like he's looking for answers instead of just putting a bullet in his head. He might be questioning Traymont about answers, like what they did with any potential money or product that was stolen, or trying to get Traymont to admit to being the one behind the attacks. Another reason why Marvin might be attacking Traymont could be out of desperation because of the attacks by Unique. Even if they don't think it's Traymont, they could still lose their product and their money and end up in debt to somebody like Stefano. So Marvin might be there to rob Traymont and questioning him about where he keeps his money and product. Keep it in mind there's another scene from the season 4 trailer where Marvin has on a ski mask and he's robbing a safe. Like I said, he's probably doing that to pay off a debt after Unique burned all their product. One wild card that could come into play with Marvin potentially being in DC as he attacks Traymont is if he's in DC, he most likely won't have any kind of backup with him, especially if him and Rock don't know who they can trust. And this could leave him vulnerable if any of Traymont's people were to come around looking for him. And there you have it. Let me know in the comment section why you think Marvin is attacking Traymont from DC, as well as your thoughts, theories, and predictions.